Hey everyone, this is Red Silvers, and welcome back to Let's Play Symphony of the Night Randomizer. So, someone requested that I show off the other familiars. So, we're going to go ahead and start with the sword familiar for a bit. He's going to be weak to start out because there's actually a menu here. You can see they get their own experience. But hopefully he'll level up fast because he's so low level to start with. So we'll leave him for a bit instead of the ghost. And we'll see how things work out for us. I mean, you can see he's not getting a ton of experience yet, but familiars don't level up super fast anyway, which kind of makes it not as feasible to try and level them all up. Although the sword familiar in particular is a good one to get up to level 50. So we have a couple directions that we could go here. And I'm going the wrong way. I need to remember that I have those jump boots and can just do that because that's going to help things out. Let's see here. So I think we're going to go ahead and head toward the clock. We'll go through the black marble gallery here. Which, hooray, more music. It's terrible as we go. Oh, the eyeball's gone. The eyeball was too awesome for the upside down castle. Oh, you killed him for me, thank you. So we could go straight for where Dracula and Shaft are right now, actually. Yeah, the main areas that are going to have relics right now, though, are the mine, whatever the mine is called in this version of the castle. Nope, keep going. And the Orlux's quarters, which has a different name here. So we have a new sword. Let's try that one for a bit. If I can figure out where it got put. German two-handed sword. This one is stronger than one we have. But it doesn't have the... Don't fall in the spike trap. It doesn't have the undead boost effect, so... might not actually be any stronger. Turn around, there you go. It's kind of funny that they still have Jewel of Open Doors here because you can't get here without the Jewel of Open. Also, I love that the sword familiar says slice. It's actually special because you can level the sword familiar up high enough that you can equip it as a weapon. Oh my gosh. So this leads to the... I'm not sure what it's called in this castle. Some of them just are like reverse this, and some of them have different names. Like, for example, instead of reverse catacombs, it's the floating catacombs. But hey, we get good music here. And I know there's rooms here that I didn't touch in the regular castle. And somewhere somebody was very upset about that. But I knew that it was an area that I'd be going back to if I had the holy symbol or the merman statue. Or both, ideally. Also, I had a comment from somebody that was not upset, but like mildly annoyed that the heart increases are not health increases because Castlevania got a Castlevania. So there's actually some relevant news about Symphony of the Night that I can give out. So yesterday, at the time that I'm recording this, I get like the little Google updates on my phone, and the update that I saw yesterday as I got home from work said that Symphony of the Night had been added to mobile. And sure enough, I went on Google Play to find it for my Android phone, and you can get Symphony of the Night for $3 on the Android. And I don't know if that's a very good way to play the game. There's there's touchscreen controls, and I don't know how it would handle stuff like doing the spells. But it's still relevant news to add to the Symphony of the Night legacy. Like, you can go and buy it right now if you've never played this game, or you just feel like playing it on the phone. That is a thing you can do. I know I did not purchase it, but I might look at it. Kind of like these giant two-handed swords. It's not something that I would normally use. But they definitely are different. Well, the Sword Familiar is doing a pretty good job wrecking stuff. I wonder how his leveling up is coming. As you level them up, they get more likely to attack and do things, and eventually they start doing special moves. Instead of just flying around and going, slice! I don't care if you poison me, I'm not worried about that. Well, hello, random health up. Alright, so now we can just fill in a bunch of map by doing this. And if I go further down, will be the save room. So now you can say that we got both sides of that this time around. And then we'll go this way, because there is stuff over this way. And there's goodies here. Okay, you take care of it then, Mr. Slice. I still, despite this being like the 6th video, and like the 3rd seed that I've played, I still go after the candles, because that's just how you play Castlevania. I have to say, the sword's doing a really good job clearing those jellyfish things for us. So normally I think these are all meal tickets in the regular game. Gold plate. And one of these rooms has the peanuts normally. Okay, it's still peanuts. Unless you can leave and come back and get it again. So I was a little curious if it was going to be something different. Because the peanuts are actually kind of a fun item. And you could, in theory, sit and farm them. But let me get where there's some space here so you can see. So you have to throw it and catch it. And if you catch it, you can eat it. But if you don't catch it, then you don't eat it. And it doesn't heal very much health. But in theory, if you're good enough at doing that, you could use this to farm an infinite amount of them. But I was kind of curious if there was going to be something else there. Come on, Alucard. Just because I know that's a set item in the regular game, and I didn't know if they would shuffle it and you'd get some other item. Because think of how silly it'd be if instead of peanuts being there, it was like, here's your infinite supply of turkey, or here's respawning god garbs, or here's a million Alucard males. Not the Terminus Est, I want that one. Slice! Somewhere there's somebody out there that did the voice acting for the sword familiar, and they got to sit in a room and just be like, slice! And get paid to do it. Okay, let's see. Someone asked me if it was my controller being funky with that, and I'm honestly not sure if I'm just screwing up the timing, because I always have trouble chaining that timing either. So I don't know if it's the controller or if it's just me, but like, you can stack this. But it might just be me being bad at this. not the same room this time. Let's go up higher. And I think in here is the return of boss time. Here's the level 40 doppelganger. Which, you know what? Where is... We're going to put on this one because I want to see something. So if you remember when we fought him before, we had that thunder sword and it did something really cool. So I was hoping that it would do something funky like that, but it doesn't look like it's going to. But I'm going to just take a look at what other weapons I have. Yeah, Thunderbrand was the one that we had. Yeah, I was hoping there might be, like, I might have an Ice Brand or something. Although, I wonder if the Holy Sword would do anything against him, since Alucard is technically undead. Well, he's not doing anything as cool as the thunder effect. Like, that was cool. So the whole idea is he's supposed to be the equivalent of Alucard at level 40, which we're level 36. The first one you fight is supposed to be him at level 10. But this room I remember being kind of funky. More gems everywhere. Yeah, down there. That is a room I've spent some time in down there. So these things bleed when you kill them, and there is a weapon in the game that gets stronger if it gets bled on. So you can come to this room and you can use that weapon and let these bleed on you to power up the sword. So in theory you could make it the strongest weapon in the game, but it takes time to do. And like, I think to do it optimally, you even like remove stuff that affects your stats so that you're doing pitiful damage against them, so that you're striking them more times so they bleed more. And they respawn too, like. So you could just sit here and farm and power up that weapon. But taking them out that way is not very time effective. And all that for tart. At least it's not doing that for a hot dog. We're not gonna kill all these things on our way back, though. They take forever. I always thought it was odd that in the normal castle you fight like the Scylla worm there. in this room, and then you go out down there and you actually fight like the actual boss. Like the room here isn't the boss room, but here it is the boss room. So I don't know if we can do a whole lot up here, but we'll come check it out. Actually, we need to go and heal before we're going to deal with Venus weeds. Fortunately, we don't have that far to go. Especially since we just took out a boss. Always a good idea to save. I'm just trying to practice some of that jump too. Oh, thanks for knocking me out of the room, jerk. Oh yes, the cave trolls. Yeah, this is kind of a dangerous room, actually. Especially since we still take damage from the water, so that's not good. Let's just slide with our head in the water, why not? We're getting some good level ups out of here. So I think we've gotten further than we could in the regular castle because normally there's a wall we can't go past. But hey! The merman statue! In the exact opposite place of where it would be in the main game. I have no idea what's in that room in the base game. So that's opened up a relic somewhere. Hey, there's the jewel knuckles. Did I have that before? I did not. That's not super strong, but you know what? I'm going to equip that just because. So I mentioned that I usually go and pick up a fist weapon really early in the game and then use that to break the beginning of the game. Well, this is the weapon that I get, but now here it is way at the end of the game when it's not so broken. There's all kinds of underwater stuff here. I'm not going to explore it without the holy symbol. We're not going to even play with this, not with our health being so low. So that was a worthwhile detour. Whoop, I went too far down. So, kind of thinking now, and I think what I'm going to do is actually go to the next warp room that I can find. And then we're gonna make a detour. Yeah, I am not gonna be playing games with Venus Weeds though. Normally by this point in the base game, you've gotten everything you need to break the game open anyway. So in the base game, for those of you that are watching this that haven't played it, if you remember at the beginning of the game, you start out and you've got Alucard with all of his rockin' equipment. Well, in the base game, you'd start finding that equipment in this area, including his Alucard shield. But you'd also have found the shield rod by this point. And that's pretty much one way to break open the game. But by this point, you've also had the opportunity to go to the reverse library, where you could farm crazy broken weapons there. So usually by the time you're at this point in the regular game, you are rocking a lot of stuff. And you know what? I don't know why I'm going that direction, because that's not... We'll explore the rest of this area, but right now, my goal is to go this way. Not the least of which is because there's another relic this way. And we don't even need a Donkey Kong skeleton to get it. And here we have Gaibon, our one half of the first boss of the game. Now he's a regular enemy. He's just as strong as he was back then. Which means, you know, we just went from enemies that were doing 80 damage to us to him, and he's only doing 1 damage, but... He's more here to show you, as a player, how strong you've gotten traveling through the castle. And he's not the only old boss that you'll see running around. And I mean, you could still weaken him to the point to where he goes into pissy boss mode, but... And here's his partner, Slagra. And same deal. But we come in here.
So, you've made it this far. In the name of your father, cease this foolishness.
Not while there's a breath in my body.
Then for the master, I'll feast on your soul this night.
Alright, for boss time, we are going to switch back to the weapon we had before. But Death is another one of those back from Castlevania 1 bosses. Meaning that he would normally drop one of the Vlad relics. Sword familiar, you took the kill! You stole my kill, you jerk! Oh look, it's the Cube of Zoe! Now I finally have an excuse to attack candlesticks again. And we still don't have what we need to go through that room. It's kind of fun just to slice through all these bats, even though they're way weaker than what was in this castle, in the normal castle. And here we have an iron ball. I think this might be where you find the power of Sire in the normal castle. Or rather, in the normal game. I think these corpse weeds might be less obnoxious than the gremlins that are normally there. Okay, so I wanted to open up this door, but that's not what we're gonna do. We're actually gonna... And I'm going to feel very silly if I don't have one now. I might not have one, actually. So normally you'd have a library card because you'd pick one up at one point. But I don't have a library card, so I guess we're gonna have to do this the long way. That's okay. This isn't too big of a detour. Well, I almost made that look cool, but I thought there was something that would stop me from going all the way up there. So, if I can find a clock sub-weapon, that would be nice. I had an enemy drop an axe sub-weapon on one of my seeds, and I don't know if that was a randomized thing or what that was. Oh, money from candlesticks. Oh, and there's a bunch in that room that's still unexposed. What the hey? You know what? I just had a thought. Maybe that room that had those turkeys that freaked me out before, maybe Well, there's a library card. I don't remember there being that at all, so... Did I fill in that hole? Yes. But I didn't fill in a part of that over there. So I guess we have to go back up there too. So we might as well while we're right here. It'll be happen to come and try and do it later. Oh, this is one of those cases, yeah, it's like... You just have to get right up in there to fill in the map. Okay. Alrighty, so we can come in here. And I guess basically go to the same place we were in the other castle. Not Orlocks. I always just remember Orlocks is the ox because ox is the first and last letter of Orlocks. The horse is the entrance because, you know, you ride a horse to get to the castle. Lion is where all the lion heads are. And the other two I don't have a good way to remember, but... Hey, you're still a jerk. So I'm hoping that either the demon card or the holy symbol are in the room that you need the merman statue to get to. If the demon card was there, that would be nice because that would just mean that we wouldn't have to go that far. Either way, we'll come and see what's there. Hello, laughing frog. Ooh, yay, we have a sub-weapon now. We have holy water. First sub-weapon of the game. Just when I was starting to get used to the idea of not attacking candles. We're going to be attacking candles. Also, this is the room that we didn't take before, so we're filling in even more map. And this is the funniest way up. It's like, look, here's a drawer. You stand on the drawer to go up. A sirloin! Yeah, I think I do want to go and make a detour to that one funky room, too, while we're in this castle. Well, we can go up the librarian's butt, too. Muramasa. That, I think, is the weapon that I was talking about. The bloodthirsty sword. So it's really weak right now. It's only 65. But you could power it up by bleeding on it. But it would take time. It's got a cool effect, though. And I think it might put Alucard in Dark Metamorphosis automatically. Cat Eye Circlet. Big HP restore by cat damage. I'm not sure what they mean by cat damage, but what the hey. Hey, guess what? These heart refills are actually useful now. It would have been kind of funny if we'd have had the Muramasa before we got to this part, but... Alright, let's go back down. We filled in that big gap of space. Oh, there's another one. Alright, so with the merman statue...
I'll guide you to meet your destiny.
Right, you can get knocked off if you stand there. Whoa! That I didn't want. Whoa! I don't know what I pushed, what I pressed, but all of a sudden, like, the stupid game bar thing came up, which I thought I had disabled. I don't even know how that came pulled up. I don't think it affected the recording, so you probably won't see it, but it messed with the controls for a moment. Hey, hey! It's the demon card! That's exactly what I was hoping would be here. I think... Gosh, thank you, Bat. So normally it wouldn't be a big deal if you got hit coming back here, because there would be... You would have the holy symbol, because that's normally what's there, and the holy symbol makes it so water doesn't hurt you. But... Okay, we'll come after some TNT. Ooh, there's a Yatsusuna. Now, did that come out of a candle? Because that's a little odd. Okay, so that was painful, but we got us another relic, and there's a chunk of map that's still open up there. I mean, there's a chunk of map in this area just because there's a lot I can't really explore without the holy symbol. But I never went to this corner and filled it in. There's a red bean bun. So since we have the demon card and we're right here nearby-ish, we can go and see what was hiding back there. And then since we have the demon card, we can also use that in the reverse castle, so... Oh, yeah, see, we're in Dark Metamorphosis mode. And so when the enemies bleed on us, they heal us, which is what happens when you cast the spell Dark Metamorphosis. But having the sword equipped that we have is going to put us in that mode automatically. But you have to actually get bled on. So you can use that to heal. But the only time I ever cast Dark Metamorphosis is when I'm trying to cast something else. So it's not really a way to heal that I would rely on. Oh, it does give us that red aura, and I like that red aura. So assuming all the sub-weapons are still in the same place, and I don't remember where they all are, but assuming that they didn't get shuffled, I can get a clock near the big clock room, and I can use that to open up a part of the map that I couldn't get to. But usually I just pick up like the axe or the holy water and keep them for most of the game, so I'm not usually paying attention to where the sub-weapons are. No, I want to go to relics here. What am I missing still besides the holy symbol? I don't know. Alright, but we'll bring out the devil familiar from the demon card.
Command me, my lord and master.
Alrighty, now that we have you...
A switch. Why don't I press it and see?
Spaghetti! And it's not even ice-cold frozen spaghetti this time. Alright, so all that is to... Ooh, I just got a different sub-weapon and I don't want the Bible. I mean, I'll show you what it does. It does this. And then there's a boomerang. Alright, smart potion, goggles, life max, a meal ticket, dynamite, and a still curious. So I think normally in the base game this is where you get like the ring of Ares that makes you do a ton of damage. Which I don't think that's the one that I have. Oh yeah, we have the Ring of Ares, which gives us strength and lowers the defense. That's where you get it in the base game. I had to make sure it was the Ring of Ares that I had, not the Ring of Varda, because the Ring of Varda is also really broken. broken enough that in the base game it's hard to get unless you've already got a clear save file, at which point it's a little easier to farm. Yeah, I went a little too far there. Excuse me. Alright, one other thing I think I'll do before we end this video. I'm going to go back to the entrance, which I think means we have to go all the way through all of these. Alright, I'm going to do two things before we end this video. That'll put us right around the hour mark. Oh yeah, also this is slowly powering up from this. Before it was only giving us an attack of 65, now it's attack of 67. So all that little bleeding is helping us. But it does take a lot of work if you want to make it the most powerful weapon in the game. And by that point, you'll be leveling up so much. Hello, Axe. Well, now I know the sub-weapons are swapped because I just got the cross, which does this. Which is great, but it takes 100 hearts to do. So yeah, sub-weapons are randomized. Okay, so now that we have the wolf, which I haven't really shown off a whole lot of because by the time you get the other forms, the wolf isn't super useful. We go through that as both forms. Now this door is open. And here we have a katana and a strength potion. An unsigned katana. So that was the secret that was there all along. Alright, but since we have all the wolf skills, I can do this. And then normally there's a cross up here. Let's try that again. Alright, since we're here... Oh yeah, by the way, that's the Fire of Bat. I don't think I've used it before this. So I do want to try and find a clock sub-weapon to use at some point. But I have some morbid curiosity about up here. What is with the turkeys? They're not giving me turkeys, so why are there turkeys in the glass? Because I was hoping that maybe, because normally there's sub-weapons here, that the idea would be, now that I have the Cube of Zoe, that it would actually drop the turkey. But I was hoping that that would be a thing, because that would have been funny. And it would have explained why there's a turkey mode in the randomizer settings. But apparently it's just there to make you go, what the heck? So, I don't know, I was hoping maybe, hey, I can pick up these turkeys now, and that's going to be a good thing. Alright, so... Nope, one more. I guess I'm keeping the demon out for a little bit. Okay, so that is actually still useful. And I have had one seed where the item they wanted you to use to upgrade, or rather, the way that the logic had the relics spread out, the only way to advance was to use the wolf form to make a jump, so that you could get to the spot where they had the bat form. And up to that point, I didn't have the double jump or anything like that. So I was kind of racking my brain trying to figure out where I was supposed to progress. So normally there is a clock sub-weapon over near here. There's a potion. Or a holy water. Normally you find the clock sub-weapon and you're like, ew, it's the clock. Especially in this game, where it's not very useful. There's a clock, okay. Because we might as well go get that spot and fill in the couple of rooms on the map. I don't think we ever have to have the clock weapon again, although maybe I'll hang on to it just in case I need it for the same room on the reverse castle. Excuse me. So when you come here and you do this, it'll open up here. Normally you get the a la carte equipment here. Here we have the jewel sword. So we'll be using that for a bit. And some other stuff. So this actually turns enemies into jewels, which, especially on like a new game plus, if you're trying to rack up money for the duplicator, you can do that. Although, if you really want the duplicator, there's another way to do it. Plus, it has kind of a neat little swing effect. And yeah, sometimes you can do that slash and it'll make little coins fall out, which, I mean, you could sit there and farm them. It would take you forever to get anything of value. But normally that would replace the enemies' drops with gems. Although who knows with the randomizer how that would work out. And that's actually the item that you get in that room that we needed the wolf form to open up. So I am going to actually save here. And we will pick things up here next time. Kind of ran the ending a little longer than I wanted to, but we're kind of crossing off some X's on this map. Still a little disappointed about the turkeys, but I might off-screen just move myself somewhere else instead of like having to film me backtracking through places. But we'll see how that goes next time. And as always, until next time, this has been Red Silvers. Have yourself a good night.